There's a place that isn't on any map. No roads in, no signal, no way out that doesn't change you. They call it Dunharrow Ridge. It's not a town, it's a legacy, a hunger. Some girls go there and never come back. Others stay far away and still end up carrying something they didn't ask for. They call them vessels, carriers, mothers to something older than blood. This is a story about what happens when you get that message, "Come home, we've been waiting," and what happens when you realize you never had a choice. 3 stories, 1 bloodline, and it's still not over, because the ridge doesn't let go, it grows. Chapter 1. It started with a DNA test. Okay, so you promise this isn't like live, right? Cool, because this is gonna sound batshit. You ever heard of a place called Dunharrow Ridge? Yeah, didn't think so. It's not on any map, not on GPS, and if you try to tag it on Instagram, it comes up as location unknown. I thought I was gonna reconnect with my roots or whatever. Turns out, they didn't want family. They wanted me fertile.
You've been waiting.
I should have blocked her, but she knew things. Like my mom's birth date, the hospital, stuff not even I knew. So I said yes. Biggest mistake I've ever made.
You don't drive to Dunharrow, you survive the road. It's a 1-lane forest trail that literally tried to eat my rental car. No signs, no signal, just trees so tall it felt like I was inside a coffin. And then I saw it. The town that shouldn't exist. They looked like Pinterest witches, braids, linen dresses, all staring, no phones, no men, just quiet. Then she came out.
You have your mother's face.
Her name was Sister Eleonora. Her hair touched her knees, her eyes like fog before a storm, and she kept smiling like she knew I wasn't going to leave. At first it felt sweet. They gave me tea, braided my hair, sang lullabies I'd never heard before. But then they started calling me the vessel. And I thought, okay, cult stuff, sure, but this was different. They talked about legacy, the chosen womb, like I was some sacred terrarium for their next generation. They took me to the barn that night. Said it was a chapel, more like a haunted Pinterest board.
She is ripe. She is pure. She is the vessel reborn. She will bring forth the next law.
There was a pit under the altar. It moved. It was alive. I swear I saw teeth. They tied my wrists, smiled like it was a baby shower. Just when I thought I was done, someone cut the ropes. Run! No one else moved. Just her. Ren. She didn't speak, just point to the trees, and I ran. My feet were bleeding. I didn't stop until I saw headlights. Now I'm here, telling you this. I know how it sounds, but it's real. Dunharrow Ridge exists. They're still up there, choosing someone else. So yeah, tell people if you want. Just don't go looking. They already have someone else in mind. I thought it was over when I got out, but that's not how Dunharrow Ridge works. You don't just leave. It leaves a piece of itself in you. Some girls go missing in the woods. Others, they never even go near the ridge, and it still finds them. The cousin messages, they don't stop. What happened to me? That was just the beginning. Because the next girl, she didn't need to visit. It visited her. And what she carried wasn't hers. Shu, as all know, was a bit into the woods. Listen closely, because what grew inside her
is still out there. I didn't go there. I never set foot in Dunharrow Ridge, never saw the trees, never saw the pit, but something still followed me. It started with a DM, same name, _as_cousin.Eleonora, same message. You've been missed. We're ready for you now. I left it on read, blocked, reported, thought that was it. It wasn't. A week later, I woke up bleeding, and not in the normal way. This was wrong, heavy, metallic, like something was being emptied. I went to urgent care. The nurse looked confused. She whispered to the doctor right in front of me. How far along did she say she was? She didn't. I wasn't pregnant. I hadn't been with anyone in a year. I took 5 tests, all negative, but they insisted. There are signs. They said my body had shifted. My uterus showed trauma, like it had recently expelled something living. I laughed, because that made no sense, right? Except I kept dreaming of her, that girl with the braids, and the linen dress, and the forest, and the thing under the floor. A month went by, then I started craving dirt, literal dirt. I woke up with a mouthful of it once, 3 a.m., crying, no idea how I got there. My stomach grew, but there was no baby, just pressure, tightness, like something was watching me from the inside. I never went to Dunharrow Ridge, but a piece of it came to me. One night I coughed up something black, like root fibers soaked in blood. And when I looked in the mirror, my reflection blinked after I did. I didn't recognize my own eyes anymore. They were glassy, bigger, older. Then it kicked. Not a baby, not a fetus, something else. The doctor said I was fine, healthy, unremarkable, except for one thing, a scar right across my abdomen, surgically clean. No memory, no incision record, just there. Sometimes I still feel her move, not inside me, but around me. They called me the vessel, just like in the dreams. And last night, I got another DM. She is almost ready. Thank you for growing her.
They call me a miracle. But I don't think I was ever supposed to be here. I wasn't born in a hospital. There's no birth certificate. No pictures. Just the scar on her belly, and the way she cries when I'm near. She says she dreamed of me before I came, that I kicked from the inside when there was nothing there, that I moved like I already knew her. She won't look me in the eye now. She says something else came with me. I think she's right. Because I remember things she never told me. The black soil, the altar, the whispers through the floorboards. I think I was never meant for this world. I think I belong to the ridge, and it's calling me back. They say I wasn't born, I was grown. There's no photo of my birth, no baby shower, no father, just her. The woman who cries when she hears lullabies. She won't say what happened, but I've heard her scream in her sleep. And sometimes I scream too, because I remember things a child shouldn't know. The way the ground pulsed when I first stirred, the feeling of roots wrapped around my spine, the sound of her heartbeat blending with mine. She calls me her miracle, but she won't look me in the eye. Every night, I draw pictures of a place I've never been. A wooden chapel, a forest of silent women, and something, underneath it all, watching. I think I was never really part of her. I was placed, like a seed. And now that I'm older, I feel it pulling me back. Last night, I found a message on her old phone. The screen flickered on by itself. It was a DM from someone named Cousin Eleonora. She's ready now. Bring her home. She tried to delete it. She burned the phone. But I already saw it, and I already know. I was never meant for this house, this town, this life. I was born of the ridge, and the ridge is calling me home.
If you listen this far, you've already heard the whispers. You've seen the signs. And maybe the ridge sees you now too. They say the vessels don't choose. They're chosen, marked. So go ahead, like, share. Tell someone what you've heard. But if you get that message, "We've been waiting," don't open it. Don't respond. Because once you hear the ridge, it never stops growing.